My name is Ann Clark. I am the very proud principal and founding teacher of Boston Arts Academy. I am so incredibly moved and honored to welcome you literally to a dream come true in this amazing facility that has inspired so much creativity and will inspire generations of creativity. And it is because of the tremendous effort, faith, belief, and work of many of the people who are here with us today, including the Massachusetts School Building Authority, the city of Boston, Boston Public Schools, our incredible architects from Perkins Eastman and Wilson Butler, the dedicated work of Lee Kennedy and his team, our Board of Trustees, the Boston Arts Academy Foundation, our Family Council, and our hardworking staff that are greeting us today, and of course our students. Let me hear from the students in the back. We are all here today for our amazing students, and I'd like to recognize one who is going to join me in just one more ribbon cutting, because I know not everybody got to see what was going on outside, so we didn't want anyone to miss it. We are incredibly proud that the student representative for the Boston School Committee this year is a Boston Arts Academy student, and I would like to introduce him now, Mr. Diego Menta. Before we welcome our honorable representatives here today, we would like to share with you more music, because Boston Arts Academy is ultimately always about our students, our artists, our scholars, and our global citizens. So please welcome to the stage our Spirituals Ensemble under the faculty member Michael.
Thank you so much, Spiritus Ensemble. Our first speaker today is a woman who needs no introduction, Mayor Michelle Wu. In May, the mayor announced her commitment to upgrading aging school facilities district-wide through the Green New Deal for Boston Public Schools. Her $2 billion plan will begin with more than a dozen new construction and renovation projects, delivering urgent improvements to environmental health, justice, and safety for all BPS students, families, and educators. You can learn more about this Green New Deal on the Boston Public Schools website. And right now I have the distinct pleasure of introducing our leader, our mayor, Michelle Wu.
I'm still feeling really emotional from that performance, seeing our incredible students here just lighting it up and stepping into the spaces that they deserve. I grew up doing all sorts of art stuff, singing in choirs and playing piano and tap dance and jazz dance and violin, and just watching you all perform brought me back so many memories of how much work, hours and hours of rehearsal and training and individual practicing goes into blowing us away with a few minutes of performance that really touch people's hearts. That is, I think, what this whole building embodies. One of the first things that I got to do when I became mayor, almost 11 months ago now, was to come put on a hard hat and come see the bones of this building. And many of us toured what I was like, I don't know how this is going to get done by the beginning of the school year. It was pipes and everyone masked up, and even just the spots where you could fall through the floor if you weren't careful enough. But you could already feel the place was just buzzing with possibility and inspiration. And every single person on that team who was here, we were touring this, hosting some of our, one of our federal cabinet secretaries here, because this was drawing so much attention that Washington, D.C. wanted to come highlight what was possible. Every single person involved in that tour, the architects, the folks who were doing the construction work day in and day out, the artists who had helped design the spaces and who were already envisioning where the pieces would go up by our students and by our alumni once it was done. We're just so proud to even get the chance to be part of this. You know, this is a dream. This is beyond my wildest imaginations and hopes for the spaces that we could create for our students. I was crying most of all to hear the lines about well done. I'm done with practicing in closets, done with sharing room with rolls of toilet paper while you're playing your instrument, done with crumbling lockers, and finally stepping into that space that's going to be a platform for you and for generations to come. I think what this demonstrates most of all for our city is that this is good. This is the new normal. This is the new baseline. And when we choose to invest and be intentional about giving our communities and our young people exactly what they deserve, it turns out we're all benefited from that. Right? Not only is this the spaces to nurture the next generation of talent and launching careers in the arts, from running the tech behind every show and every performance to being under the spotlights, but this building is completely energy efficient. It showcases that when we take the time to get things right, we can get it all right. Mm-hmm. And so I'm so glad and grateful to be here with the whole range of partners who made this possible and who are still cheering this every single step of the way. from the treasurer and her team at the and Jack and the team at the MSBA, our new amazing school superintendent, who I know has been dreaming of this for decades from her time as a classroom teacher all the way up, our chief of operations, Chief Irish, our chief of arts and culture, I think Cara Elliott Ortega is here as well, exactly where she is at every performance, right in the center of the theater. Our school committee members, thank you so much. Madam Chair Robinson and Vice Chair, President of the Boston Teachers Union is here, Jessica, and all of my colleagues on the City Council represented. I know I saw Councilor Flaherty, Councilor Mejia, Councilor Bach, and I know all of us are ready to see the next step and the next step. Thank you so much, everyone. We have our budget office represented, our CFO, our new CFO, Ashley Grafenberger, is here as well. So this is really a team-wide effort across all levels of government, but I'm going to just keep emphasizing this is going to be the citywide mission for our entire city, across every sector, to lift up our young people. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mayor Wu. Our next speaker is State Treasurer and Receiver General Deborah B. Goldberg. Treasurer Goldberg is responsible for the state's cash and debt management, unclaimed property, and chairs state boards and commissions, including the Pension Reserves Investment Management Board, the State Board of Retirement, very important, Massachusetts State Lottery Commission, the Massachusetts Clean Water Trust, and the Massachusetts School Building Authority. Treasurer Goldberg has been a tremendous supporter of Boston Arts Academy and a friend for many, many years. Please welcome Treasurer Goldberg.
First of all, Mayor Wu, you couldn't have said it better. You articulated what my dreams have been for this school for a very, very long time. I can't help but focus a little bit on my dad, who we lost this year. When we did the groundbreaking for Boston Arts Academy, I got brick number 18, which in my faith means life. Life for this community, life for this building, a life of treasured memories for every one of the students and teachers who work within this building and elevate these children to meet their purpose in life. That's what this school is about possibilities, about opportunity, and now providing these children, these young adults, for a world that welcomes them because of their extraordinary talent combined with academic excellence. And we all know, those of us who appreciate the arts so much, how much the arts mean to learning. Children and young adults and adults are able to increase their capacity to take in the world through the arts, through music, through acting, through painting and sculpture. And here we are in this extraordinary building, ensuring that every generation that passes through here has those moments and those opportunities. This was a dream of my dad for the schools of Boston when he helped start the Center for Collaborative Education and the Pilot School initiatives. And if he were here today, there would be no one beaming more than my dad, Avram Goldberg, who cared so deeply about the city and its children and its opportunities. So, in his honor, I congratulate all of you. I'm thrilled to be here with my dear, dear friend, Mayor Wu, and I'm actually incredibly excited by our new superintendent. Came right out of the Boston schools. She knows where it's at and what can happen. And of course, my friends on the City Council, and I don't know if the senator, my colleague from the building up the street, is still here, but also we were able to enjoy having Senator Will Brownsberger with us a little earlier today. So let's get on with the show, break a leg, and I can't wait to come back to see more of the performances. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Treasurer Goldberg. We are excited to welcome welcome our next speaker, Superintendent of Schools, Mary Skipper. Mary Skipper is the new superintendent of Boston Public Schools. As we know, for the past 7 years, she's been the superintendent in Somerville, but we know her very well in Boston for her 25 plus years in BPS. Please welcome to the stage Superintendent Skipper.
Good morning. Can we just say wow? Like, wow. Wow. I mean, to hear the students' voices, it was like listening to angels. And it was really, really emotional. You know, today is such an exciting day for this community, but it's also an exciting day for the Boston Public Schools. You know, I think what we've heard a few people say is Boston Arts Academy and everything that's happened here shows us what's possible. It shows us what should be for all of our children. And so to be here and to be a part of it and to see what, when we work together, because this is the work of so many different entities at the city level, the state level, the school level, all coming together to make this possible. Otherwise it wouldn't have. And that's what we need here in our city, here in our district, is that commitment for all of our students. I want to thank, first of all, Ann Clark and congratulate her. Having had to lead a school and move in multiple places, I've been there, is the hardest thing ever. She's home and she's done such a good job with the BAA staff and the students and the parents to go through that and then to be back here. So congratulations. I want to congratulate the students. You know, you are our future. You are our present. You are establishing your dreams and sharing your talent and your passion with us as artists, as creators, and the feeling of it is here in the building the moment you walk in. And so we expect to see many of you on stages, in theaters, on television, just leading. And so I want to thank you for sharing your passion and talents here in the Boston Public Schools and here at BAA. This couldn't happen without the support of our mayor. I think what I find really inspiring is having a vision that our buildings are places that can actually build community. And it's evidenced here where those buildings are clean, they're safe, they are sustainable, they speak to the future and the standard that we want for our students and our staff. And so with the Green New Deal, that is going to be possible for all of our students. But that is going to take a lot of work, and so one of the key partners I know that will work with us, besides our city and besides our own district, is MSBA. And so, you know, to Jack, I just want to say thank you, you know, for being a partner in the work of the actual making of the building. I've had the opportunity to work with him many times, and I look forward to that many times over here as well, and to Deb. And then just finally, you know, I'd like to thank our BPS staff. People work very incredibly hard to make these projects happen, and they often don't get the credit, you know, as those of us that are sitting up on the stage. So I'd like to thank Sam DePina, Indira Alvarez, you get glad, Brian Ford, Karen Meadows, and all of the BAs. Thank you so much. Today is inspiring, and thank you to the students, staff of BAA for showing us what's possible and what should happen in the rest of BPS. Thank you.
We now welcome to the podium our Chief of Operations, Dion Irish. Chief Irish oversees the Property Management Department, ISD, and the Public Facilities Department in Boston. The PFD is the city's construction management arm responsible for executing Boston's multi-year $900 million capital building program and manage the Boston Arts Academy project as well. Chief Irish has served the city of Boston for 25 years in various leadership positions, and prior to being named Chief of Operations was the Commissioner of the Inspectional Services Department. We are so grateful to have him here today. Please welcome Chief Irish.
Thank you, man. My pleasure to be here. It's actually 27 years. And some folks want to, ask, like, this is a really long time. How did you do it? Moments like this is why you do it. Thanks again to the Boston Arts Academy community, students, teachers, staff, who have waited for such a long time for a building that finally supports the educational program of this school and allow it to continue to grow in years to come. This is a proud day for the city of Boston. The renovation of the Boston Arts Academy is one of many inspiring projects in our city. The school is the shining example of what public education can look like. It's proof that art can change lives and lift up people. It's proof of how much we can achieve when we work together to support our young people. As you know, in May, the mayor made this big announcement, investment in our school facilities. And as she mentioned earlier, this is just the beginning. And this is certainly an example of what we can do and what's possible for all of our buildings. And as Chief of Operations, I have the pleasure of overseeing the Public Facilities Department that does this work. So even though a few months ago when we looked at this building and wondered, was it going to be ready in time? I knew it was going to be ready in time because we have a great team at Public Facilities, and I knew they'd get it done. So our Public Facilities Department is led by our Director, Kerry Griffin. Her team, in collaboration with our Boston Public School team, work closely on this project with the owner's project manager, the architect, the contractor to deliver a state-of-the-art facility that Boston Public Schools and the BAA community deserve. I would like to thank and recognize the team. Director Kerry Griffin, as I mentioned already, Assistant Director of Construction, Dana Mateo, Assistant Director of Design, Evan Brinkman, recently retired James McQueen, our project manager, our clerk, Ned McGrath, our clerk, PJ Lynch. I want to thank Brian McLaughlin. I also want to give a special shout out to our former Chief of Operations, Pat Brophy. So we want to thank our owner, project manager, and PMA consultants, Perkins, Eastman, Wilson, Butler Architects, our contractor, Lee Kennedy, the team from BPS, Superintendent Skipper. As I said before, and I'll end with that, this is the first of many more to come. Thank you.
Our final speaker today is Jack McCarthy, the Executive Director of the Massachusetts School Building Authority, or the MSBA. Jack McCarthy was appointed Executive Director at the MSBA in 2012. Since that time, he has led the MSBA, making sure districts build educationally appropriate schools through the lens of fiscal responsibility. He was instrumental in this project, and we are so grateful to have him here today. Please welcome Jack McCarthy.
I just got to echo Mary Skipper. Wow, that's exactly what I was thinking of, and that's what I said to the director when they went, oh, don't leave yet. Okay. Oh, are they coming back? Oh, awesome. So, I'm a big fan of, like, The Voice, these TV shows, The Voice, America's Got Talent. And when I was listening to that jazz group and these folks, Boston has talent. Yeah. Boston has a lot of talent. I feel so fortunate to be part of, what is going to allow that talent to excel. And I got very emotional listening to that song as well. It was so beautiful. And when you were up here, we had a bird's eye view of the director, and it was amazing how every time he moved, it meant something to the children, and it was amazing. Like, he would go boom, and they would stop, and you could hear a pin drop because everybody was just enthralled by what was going on. It was a religious experience for me, quite frankly. It was awesome. Usually I have a speech, but this building is like nothing else we've done, and so I'm just a little stream of consciousness here more than anything else. But it's just been amazing. And, I do want to recognize Maria Popolo from our office right over there. And I also want to do a special recognition to Norvalette Payne, who was right here. And this is a special moment because Norvalette is the mom of a former student here. And we have to go through because we're told there's a plaque with her name on it in here, so we have to go find that. So Norvalette is very happy to be here. I love Mary Skipper. I'm just going to put it right up here. I've worked with Mary on some projects in Somerville. I put together a panel for a national presentation, and Mary was kind enough to accept. And when I tell you she was the star of that panel, I'm underselling how good she was. And I was so appreciative that you took the time to do that for us. But you were amazing, and you guys made a great choice, I'm telling you. She's going to do well, and I can't wait to work with her on some more. So I was appointed in 2012, as Ann said, and it occurred to me that was the year that I walked with Linda Nathan through the old building, and she was very, very, very persuasive, let me tell you. And Mary Grassa O'Neill, who was a member of our board at the time, who has a lot of roots in Boston education system, she's the one who asked me to go with Linda and see the building. And when I think of what's happened, the words of a great philosopher of my time, Jerry Garcia, come to mind. It's what a long, strange trip it's been. And it really has. I mean, we started out trying to figure out what to do. We had the Josiah Quincy Upper School, in design, and at that time they were thinking of building it over the pike. And so we were thinking, all right, that's to build the platform, if you will, was going to be really expensive. So we said, well, maybe if we partnered the Arts Academy with that, and that was the original plan, that we were going to do that, and then it just proved to be too costly, and so they split up. But that's really how you guys got in the pipeline. It was kind of a different way, but we're ahead of the upper school. We're in business now, and they're getting there, but they're not quite in business yet. But let me see. Oh, great job! This, like I said, this is like no other building we've done. So I just want to congratulate PMA, Perkins Eastman, and Lee Kennedy Construction for putting together this building. They did a great job. And you guys did steal some people from us. I want you to know that. I see my friend Brian McLaughlin over there, and Tom Kazmowski over here, and they were two of our all-stars. Hopefully they're doing the same for you, because we miss them and we've never fully replaced them, quite frankly. They were great to work with. So the only part of my regular speech that I'm going to use is the following, and it's a quote that kind of tells you how we feel about what we do at the MSBA. There was a reporter for the Salt Lake City Tribune named Dan Valentine, and he once described a school as a building of four walls with tomorrow inside. And we at the MSBA are proud to be part of Boston Arts Academy tomorrow. Thank you.
We want to thank everyone here again for your immense contributions to this monumental project. We cannot find the words really to express the emotions, the pride, the long, strange trip it's been, but what a beautiful arrival. But we always speak best at Boston Arts Academy through art. So please welcome once again to the stage Boston Arts Academy Spiritus Ensemble under the direction of Michael Bradley, accompanied by our assistant head of school, Mr. Tyrone Sutton.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're really excited about this last song. The kids have been itching to sing this since I taught it to them, so we're really happy. This is actually something you can all take part in. So there is an amazing piece of literature that was penned by James Weldon Johnson. It is called Lift Every Voice and Sing. It is our tradition amongst the African American community that you stand like you would for our American national anthem. And we do this together.
Joining us today. As you leave today, please check out the amazing art installation created by our partners, Massery, which is in the main lobby. We have representatives from Massery here today who graciously offered to answer any questions you may have about the piece that was the amazing digital interactive piece you saw as we came in. And I believe I'm now going to kick it to the band, and I'm stalling as they come up on the stage. And that's all good. How about that spirituals ensemble? That was amazing. Here they come. It's going to be worth the wait. Thank you once again to all our speakers. Thank you all for our partnership. Thank you for making our dream come true. Yes, right? The band is playing you out. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.